And action! Welcome back to another episode of Written and Directed by. Again, we are brought back together after a long break. Guys, I don't know what to tell you this time. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. And so, moving on. What is up? How's it going? It's been too long. I've been thinking about you guys a lot. I am fucking so happy. I'm so happy. I haven't talked to you guys since before I went to Mexico. And let me tell you, quite a lot has happened since. Mexico was a fantastic time. Cancun was unreal. It was very hot. So hot. I actually wound up losing more weight there than I would have probably gained because we had unlimited access to food and beverages. Because it was so humid, I was just constantly sweating. My suit actually was way looser fitting than it was when I got it. So that's good. But yeah, it was so good. So good. Things are going really, really great in my life right now. I am so happy. Don't get me wrong, there are still things that are, not 100%, but for the majority of it, we're good. We are fucking good. I'll tell you that much. Been working on the short film with Hysteria for a bit now. We're fully funded, which is good. Fully funded, which doesn't mean that we can't keep going. So, which is good. Unfortunately, we did have to push back shoot dates. We were supposed to shoot tomorrow, depending on when you listen to this, but tomorrow is when we were supposed to shoot, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We had a couple of issues with cast and crew that we have to figure out, and so instead of rushing everything and trying to scramble to get everything figured out within 2 days, because that's just when the issues arised for 2 days ago, we decided that it would be smarter if we just stood back, took a breath, and pushed it back till at least a month from now. Just make sure everything is completely right. And that's what we're going to do. And there's nothing wrong with it. We're not giving up. We're not going to film it. It's, I don't think there's anything ever wrong with stopping and evaluating the current situation and saying, instead of making a garbage or a half-assed project, let's just reassess, push things back a little bit, and we'll make it even better than what we had thought we were going to make. And that's it. I mean, that's what I would rather do. I think, if I was in Katie's situation, that would have been my first thought. I've been like, let's do it. I actually had a gut feeling the other day, like before everything had started happening. I was like, maybe we should push back just maybe. I mean, I'm like, no, we could do it. I know we can. And then other things started dominoing, and I was like, that's it. That is the straw, the final straw. And we decided to push it back, and it's all good. Everything's good. It's, obviously it was supposed to happen. You guys know I'm a firm believer of everything is supposed to happen for a reason, whether we figure out what that reason is or not. 100% believe that everything happens because it's supposed to, and it happens the way that it needs to happen. And there's a lot of a lot of valuable lessons here. There's some great things that I have learned as being a producer and actually producing. Not that on the previous projects I wasn't producing. I'm just saying, compared to the feature film that I was producing back in March, I'm actually executing this one, and so this is actually happening, whereas the feature film didn't actually happen. So I think, there's a lot of great things that are going on. I'm learning quite a lot more than I thought. I thought, it would just be based off my current knowledge, but I've gained quite a bit of new information, which is always great. I always feel that you should go out of your comfort zone and do something that you're not really comfortable with. If you have the skill set to at least pull it off, definitely do it. Otherwise, don't waste everyone's time. But I knew that I could do it. It was just like the idea of actually executing was a little frightening. I have this piece of skin from working out, and it hurts. It doesn't hurt, but it's annoying, so I'm ripping it off. You ever get that? You guys work out and ever get those calluses? I call them my puppy pads, like the pads of the feet of dogs, because that's what it feels like to me. It feels like the underneath of a dog's paw. Anyway, so yeah, pushed back, and that's life. It's life, people. Sometimes you got to push a project back because you don't want to do it and then fall flat on your ass because you just really wanted to get it done. And like I said, we definitely could have gotten it done. Whether it would have been as good as we wanted it to be, that would have been a different story. And I didn't want to go out and make something that we weren't all proud of. And I knew that if we waited, we would just make something even better than we initially thought. And that's what we did. So I think it's really a matter of how you look at situations. I think that you life, for individual life, is, what's the word? I think an individual's life is decided or depicted, or I can't find that right word, but it's determined. Maybe that's how it is. Your life's outcome is determined about you determine how your life goes on when you are faced in moments of adversity, right? So when you're in a situation where it's okay, when you're in a pretty tough situation and you're not sure what to do, that instinctual decision or that the ultimate decision that you wind up making kind of determines your personality or your traits and or how you want to do things. I mean, in my role for this film, I can only advise, right? It's not my script. It's not my vision. I wasn't the one that wanted to put this together. So in my case, I was hired, quote unquote, hired to help orchestrate this. If it had been the other way, where I was the director and I wrote the script, then I could make all the decisions. But because I'm just someone who's been brought on to help facilitate and advise and help build this project to where it is, I can only give advice. And I did. That's what I did. That's what I've always done. And that's what I always will do for the rest of the duration of this project. But I told Katie that what I would do. I think we should push back. and I don't think we should rush it. And there was some hesitation because, like, obviously, obviously we wanted to shoot this weekend. We had planned it. We had made some plane ticket purchases and things like that. But at the end of the day, a little bit of money sacrificed to make something even better is going to be just way more beneficial for us and for everyone involved. Like, why would we? My biggest thing was, why would I want to try to force something? Why would I want to try and force a project that is clearly pushing back on us when it doesn't need to be rushed? Like, there was a lot of pushback. Like, there's a reason why, like, these three or four things happened. It was like one situation happened. I'm like, okay, we can get through this. Second one goes, and it's like, all right, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit rough, but we could probably get through this. And the third one comes along, and I'm like, fuck it, we can't. That's too much. And listen, we definitely could. We could have probably figured it out and worked around everything that came up and still got something. Ray and I have done worse. Ray is the director of photography, and he's been on 90% of my projects. Maybe 85, 80. I don't know. He's been recently in the last like 2 or 3 years. He's been on all my projects. We could have worked something out. We have done worse. We have had less crew, less resources. We could have pulled something off, but we didn't want to let everyone down because there were a lot of people coming to help out on this, and a lot of people gave money to this, and we just want to be able to make something the best thing possible, and we don't want to have to sacrifice quality for no reason. So that's what we're doing, and everyone was on board. There was no one that was upset. I mean, I'm sure everyone was a little bummed that, we're not filming. People were preparing and, planning to come out here. There were a couple people coming from out of state, and, but everyone understood, and that's why I chose the people that I hired. I chose very diligently because I knew I've worked with them before, and I know their mentality and how they work, and there's a reason why I choose to continue to work with the same people. And it goes to show that there's a reason why people in Hollywood, the directors in Hollywood, choose to work with the same people, because everyone understands one another. And in situations like this where, everyone's equally involved, and then they get hit with some news that, like, it's getting pushed, no one was like, fuck you, man. Like, I did this whole thing, and I had to push all this shit around. Fuck you. You lost me this and that. It's like, well, no one said that. And if they said it, they didn't say it to my face. So, not that I don't think anyone was really that upset. Everyone seemed pretty understanding, and if they weren't, I apologize. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. And why would I risk making something half-assed, or something that's 75%, and have everyone give me all their time and effort? Like, it's not going to help anyone. It's just going to be like some other crap that someone made, and we don't want to put like garbage on our reels. Like, if we're showing it to potential new clients, potential people to look at a script I'm writing. If I'm like, yo, what's the most recent thing you've made? And I'm like, this. And they're like, well, that sucks. It's like, it's not going to help anybody. So if I don't want that, why would I want that for anyone else? And I would hope that everyone who is involved understands that, because it's, I don't know. I'm a huge believer in making quality things. And if you have to wait to do it, then you have to wait to do it. And that's that. So, yeah. And we're back. Man, I don't know how to get new sponsors. I'm sorry. I am sorry. My whole life is different. I'll tell you that right now. Ever since I got back from Mexico, my life has been so different. It's been insanely fucking amazing. I'm the happiest I have ever been, ever. And yeah. When I got back from Mexico, I kind of got stuck on the Cancun time, and it was I guess it's technically East Coast time or Midwest time. I don't know, but it was like it's 2 hours ahead of it's 2 hours ahead of LA. So I would wake up at like 8, but it would technically be like 6. And when I got back, I just like instinctively was waking up at 6. And I didn't try to fix it. I was like going to bed at 11:30 and waking up at 6. And I was just riding with it. And that's what I'm still doing. I'm waking up at 6:30. And then I go boom, right into the gym. I'm in the gym sometimes at 6:30. Out of the gym by 7:30. Shower, meditate, do everything I need to do, and then I got like a couple hours before I gotta go to work, and it's fucking awesome. It's really just changed the whole outcome of my day, and I love it. I just I don't know. I'm just so much more energized, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Some other stuff going on that not going to touch on yet, but as it flourishes and blossoms into something, I'll let you guys know. But yeah. Work is still going. It's gotten better. It's getting better. Work is still it's still the job, but it's getting more bearable, which is, it's fine. Trying out some things. I'm about to start writing a new project, and I'm going to be taking a new class. I'm trying to learn a new editing software, hopefully get me a new job, so I'm going to be doing that with a friend, and we're going to both try to learn it. And then, life is just going good. It's going great. It really is. I could not be happier. It doesn't mean things aren't rocky. There are some rocky footholds going on, but it's fucking fabulous. My brother's still here. It's getting to a point where it's like some frustration is setting in with like certain things that are like, because it's been over a month, we're getting close to 2 months that he's been here. Actually this week is probably 2 months. All of August. We're nearing the end of September. I think, one more week and it will be a full month. Or I'm sorry, full 2 months. Which is fine. Like, I love having him here. This is the most time we've ever spent together. This is the closest we've ever been, as far as our relationship goes, and it's been a blessing that he's been here, because we've never really spent this much time together, and it's great. But it's like getting to a point where, like, because he's in my bathroom, he's in my closet, it's like one of those things where it's like his habits aren't my habits, his like cleanly and organizational habits, and so those things make me want to rip my hair out. So I don't know what to do, but it's fine. It's all good. We're fine. I've been going through like this other massive process of like trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff, especially since I lost 30 pounds. I've lost 30 pounds, guys. Can you believe that? Lost 30 pounds. and I went through my closet, and you can't see it, but there's like a whole stack of clothes here that I got rid of. I pulled out like 2/3 of my closet, or at least half, and I'm gonna be selling slash donating. And I'm also like going through another sweep of all my drawers and things, and just like I don't need. I made a pretty big dent, or what I would consider a big dent, but there's still I still have a lot of stuff. And I definitely want to get rid of more. But my problem is I put a lot of sentimental attachment to things. Like I got rid of so much paint and like old paint that's just dried up and stuff, like, which, is fine. But there's other things, and I'm like, I don't want to get rid of these types of drawing utensils or drawing tools, because what if I want to use them in like a couple months, and it's like I probably won't, and then they'll just come with me to like, they'll just stay around with me forever, and then I don't know. I gotta work on like not having sentimental attachments to inanimate objects, unless it's something like extremely important. Like I've already said this, if like if the apartment were to, God forbid, catch fire, the only thing I would take right off the bat would be my grandfather's pipes and my hard drives and my phone. Those are the three things that I would take. Everything else, like it would be a shame if everything else went. But to me, those are the three things that would be devastating to have without. Obviously, like some untyped up scripts would be bad, but whatever. Those are just words that already came from my head. And the rest can be rebought or remade. I mean, my artwork can't be remade. I mean, it could, but it won't be the same. But like, at the end of the day, it's just some shit I made. Obviously, my art, I take massive pride in my artwork, but what can you do? I think that's that's why you can't have sentimental attachments to things. Otherwise, you'll be like scrambling to get all of your stuff out of your home before it goes up. And, at the end of the day, it's just stuff. But, because I'm not faced with like, you have to get rid of this or your life will end, it's like, why? I'm just keep it. So, and honestly, a lot of my stuff I have is drawings, artwork, and books and comic books. And then I have like drawers of stuff, but like, I don't know how to get rid of it. I'm sure I can go through it. Like, there are books I'm like, I'll never read this again. I'll never read that again. So I don't know. Maybe I can just do that. Just like the stuff I know I'll never read, I'll just get rid of. Maybe I can sell some comic books. I don't know, guys. It honestly drives me crazy, like, because I've been talking about it a lot, and just like I have too much, and it's like there's no reason to have all this stuff, and it's like I probably could sell these things. It's just like now I gotta figure out how to. I don't know. I bet I could. I mean, a majority of it, like the stuff I would sell, would be like the comic books and some books, and maybe some clothes. The stuff that I think is worth selling. And I mean, like, what? It's gonna sit here, so it's like it's still gonna be here. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. You don't want to hear my boring ass shit. So, yeah. Yep. So what should we talk about next? Oh man, it's hot in here. I mean, outside it's beautiful. It's finally getting to weather. I mean, it's finally getting to weather. It's finally getting nice outside. The weather is getting nice. Ellie doesn't have fall, but we're essentially there. Summer's definitely over. I'll tell you that. Summer is definitely over. When I go to the gym in the morning, it was like low 60s. And if I'm like getting, maybe it's almost time for a sweater, it's getting wintry, which is great. I fucking love the cold. Not that LA's hot. I mean, especially this summer, it's been such a light summer. It's been pretty good, but that means the earth is all fucked up. So we gotta fix that. But yeah, I'm excited for the winter. Get to wear all the sweaters. Get to use the blankets and all the things. It's gonna be great. And I cannot wait. Seriously can't wait. I love it. Love the fucking winter. Oh, so good. What else is up? I saw a buddy of mine, a really good friend of mine, Travis. He was on military leave from the army, and I got to see him. He was here for a day, so went to the beach and we went and got tacos. It happened to be Taco Tuesday, so we had bottomless tacos. I think I had like 6 massive tacos and a fat margarita. It was glorious, and it was such a great time to see him. And we were talking about film because prior to joining the army, he was in a lot of my short films, and he's a fantastic actor. He's so good. And I told him that, and I don't tell him that just to blow smoke up his ass. He is truly a great actor, and he was talking about what he wants to do because his time's almost up. He was not sure if he wants to re-enlist or continue on or to move out here, be an actor. And I think he should. I think he should go all in on acting. I think he's fucking great. I have a movie in mind for him. I'm one of the ones that I've been working on for a long time. I've been writing this movie for like probably over 10 years now. It's just like, I'm sure I've talked about it before, but it's just one of those that I'm just trying to work it out. It's very just complex and complicated that I just want it to be good, and like, it's such a wild idea. But he would be so good for it. I know he would. He doesn't particularly like the genre of movie because it's kind of like horror thriller-ish, but he'd be so fucking good. He is good. He's a great actor, and he would play this role so well. Yeah, but I got to see him, and it was great. I hadn't seen him in a year. I saw him a little bit over a year ago, right when I moved out here. I met us, but it was great to see him. Life has just been good. It's been really good, and it just seems, even with shit that happens, even with having to push the film back, even with some personal stuff that I'm dealing with, life just seems to be great. And I get a lot of shit. People, especially recently, a couple of close friends have been saying, like, fuck you, how are you so positive? How are you always this positive? It's so annoying. And I'm just like, how else is there to go about life? What else are we going to do? Why would you be negative all the time? What's the point of holding in all this negativity and that's, going through life with negative thoughts? Like, that's so much fucking energy, and it's just so draining. Why would you want to have negative thoughts and be upset and sad and mad all the time? Like, why? Why would you want that? And yeah, sure, there's shitty things happening every fucking day. You look at the news, you see it on your phone, and like, there's so much shit that's happening, but you have, like, why would you want to think about it all the time? You think about it all the time, you're going to be upset and sad and pissed, and it's like, that's not how I want to live my life, and I'm just going to be happy all the time. That's all I want. I want to be happy, and that's how I look at life. That's how I always will look at life, and I always will be happy because my natural state of being is happy, and there's nothing to not be happy about. Like, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm in Los Angeles. It's really nice out. I have amazing friends and family, and I'm doing the things that I set out to do. I make a living. I have a roof over my head. Like there's nothing to need to be upset about in life. And sure, we have problems. We have micro problems. There's macro problems. It's like, but even through your problems, you have to be positive. The second that you start being negative is when people start spiraling downward and they just fall into a negative death trap. And it's like, why would you want that? You know? And so that's why I always smile and look for a positive thing, because through negativity, there's always positivity. And if you focus on that little positive bit, no matter how small it is, no matter how small the positivity is within all the negative, that's like the light at the end of the tunnel. If you keep your mind focused on that positive part, then nothing can stop you. Nothing can fucking stop you, no matter what you're doing. No matter what your goals are, what your aims are, what is happening in your life. If you are all in on the positivity and a great mindset, nothing can stop you. So, yeah. So stay positive. Thanks for joining me. I don't know if I don't know when the next one's gonna be. Hopefully, they're gonna be more consistent than they have been. But thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening. I appreciate you all so very much. Follow the podcast on iTunes. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Follow the podcast on Instagram at Written and Directed by Pod. Follow me on Instagram at Harrison Burger. Twitter, Harrison C. Burger. Podcast is on Twitter as well. Feel free to click the link below to leave a voicemail if you want to join the conversation. There's a link below if you guys want to check out Hysteria, the page for Hysteria, and if you feel like donating to that, go ahead. You can also contribute to the podcast page if you want to help out there. We can make this thing grow. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Forgot about that one. And I will see you very soon. Cut.